بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. I start by the name of Allah, seeking the reward from Allah in this deed of ours, this sitting reviewing the obligatory knowledge of the religion. And I thank and praise Allah for the countless endowments, the innumerable blessings that Allah has blessed us with without anything being an obligation upon Allah. And humbly I ask Allah to raise the rank of our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Inshallah, this evening we will, in accordance with the intent of this session of ours, on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock. This session is intended to be a benefit, a goodness for the Muslims, specifically the newer Muslim, and or the Muslims who are in need of the obligatory knowledge. With that in mind, inshallah, as we have completed the previous text that we've reviewed, we will now go back and go over again this text, this small pamphlet entitled The Immediate Knowledge, or the Ul-Hal. And the immediate knowledge is a part of the obligatory knowledge. And it is more specific. So it does not include all of the necessary religious knowledge that is contained in the summary of Abdullah al-Hadri. Rather, this is the knowledge that one needs immediately. He needs this right away for the immediate obedience to Allah. As is the case for a person who has recently embraced Islam. Maybe this one has embraced Islam within the hour. So there are matters that such person must immediately learn, including certain matters of belief. And they must learn about the matters of the purification and prayer. And they would learn this right away so as to pray before the exiting of the prayer time. So before the prayer time goes out, each of the Muslims, they have to perform the prayers. This is an obligation upon them. So they will learn this right away. And the knowledge, it is taken chest to chest. The knowledge is taken from one who has learned this knowledge, who has learned this knowledge from another. in a continuous chain back to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. So know that the most important knowledge, the knowledge that takes precedence over other knowledge, is the knowledge of the creed. And this knowledge has this high status because of what this knowledge is related to. So know that the most important knowledge is that of the creed. Immediately, one must know about Allah and His Messenger. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Among this important knowledge of the creed that each one of us must know, it is mentioned that it is obligatory to know 13 attributes. These 13 attributes among the countless attributes of Allah. And these attributes are existence. Allah exists. His existence is without a doubt. Eternity. Allah is eternal, without a beginning. Everything else has a beginning. Everything else came into existence after it did not exist. Allah is eternal. His existence does not have a beginning. He existed eternally and nothing existed with him. He alone is the one with this attribute of eternity. And Allah is attributed with everlastingness. This is His attribute. And it is not given to Him by anyone. This is His attribute. Allah exists without a beginning, and His existence does not come to an end. And Allah is attributed with oneness. He does not have a partner. He does not have a similar. He is not one who is composed of parts. Allah is attributed with this oneness. And Allah is attributed with life. He is attributed with life, and His life is not like our life, which is dependent, which is dependent upon the body and the soul, and these being connected. And when their soul enters the body, by that, one is attributed with life. And when, for us, when the soul is ripped from the body and it separates from the body totally, then the life ceases. stops. Allah is attributed with life, and it is not similar to that of the creation. And among the attributes of Allah that is obligatory for each one of us to know is dissimilarity or non-resemblance to the creation. Allah is not like the creation in any way whatsoever. Allah does not share his attributes with that of the creation. And the attributes of the creation are not applicable to be attributed to Allah. So any attribute that is confirmed for any of the creations, know that this is not something applicable to Allah. Such as being in a place. Allah exists without a place. Such as being connected or being detached. These are attributes of creations. They are not attributes of Allah. Such as being in motion or being still. These are attributes of the creation. And it is not attributes of Allah. And Allah is attributed with author said Allah is attributed with independence or non-neediness of others. Allah does not need anything, any of the creations. Allah existed and there were no creations. And the eternal one does not change. And Allah is attributed with hearing and sight. He hears all of the things that are heard, and he sees all of the things that are seen. And Allah is attributed with knowledge. He knows all of the things that are happening, all the things that have happened, all of the things that will happen. And Allah knows all of the things that won't happen and how they would have happened had they had happened. And it is his eternal and everlasting attribute. And Allah is attributed with power. His attribute by which he brings things into existence. Or it takes things out of existence. And Allah is attributed with will. And his attribute of will is his attribute by which he specifies these different creations with certain attributes instead of others. And whatever Allah will to be, it shall be. And whatever Allah did not will to be, it shall not be. And Allah is attributed with speech. And this attribute of speech, it is not with letters or sounds or languages. It's not similar to the creation at all. It is his attribute by which he orders, he forbids, he promises, he threatens. And like all of his attributes, it is his eternal, everlasting, dissimilar attribute. Barakallahu feekum wa jazakumullahu khair. Inshallah, we will end with that tahlil. Wa salah ala la ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi